guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Shakura, and on this channel we talk about everything that makes me feel beautiful, which is usually fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. And today we're not just talking about lifestyle, we are talking about my life. I survived COVID-19, so that sounds truly dramatic, and it kind of feels like it. I mean, just with this year, you don't feel like you're gonna get it because you're so careful, but then you get it and it's like a whole thing. Anyway, so I was gonna just move on to the next video and continue with my normally scheduled video. I felt like I had a responsibility almost to you guys and just to the world in 2020, just to speak a little bit about my COVID-19 experience and just give you a little insight into everything. So if you watched my last video where I talked about being infected, you know that I didn't feel absolutely terrible at that moment. The week before I found out, I did feel like I had a little cold. I was super duper tired, like I couldn't film. Cooking was like difficult, just to be walking around. I usually exercise every morning. I did not have the energy to do that. It was just, it was difficult. So fast forward, I found out that I had it and everything kind of just started to come together. Like, oh, that's why I'm tired. That's why I'm this, that's why that. And I then made the video and told you guys that I had it. So that's just to catch you up if you didn't watch the video saying that I had it. So like I said, I just thought it was a cold. I got tested because it was Thanksgiving and I wanted to go to visit my mom and my brother, and they're not far, they're in New York, they're just upstate New York. And I just thought it necessary to make sure that it wasn't more than a cold and it ended up being a cold. And ended up being COVID. So that just tells me to tell you guys that even if you don't think it's important or you don't think you have it, just to tell you the importance of actually testing. My brother has had asthma since I can remember, and my mom is in her 60s, so they are at high risk. So if I would have gone up there and infected them, I would have been devastated. So even if you just feel like it's a cold or you have a little bit of, little symptoms, just please get tested. Now the test I had was super uncomfortable. It's when they took a swab and they put it up both nostrils. I mean, it didn't hurt, but it was just like a tinging and it was just very uncomfortable, but it was also very quick and very, very necessary and very worth it. Okay, so let's talk about some quick symptoms on the symptoms that I had. I had congestion, which was odd because usually when I do get sick, I am very congested. And this is TMI, but my mucus is very green, usually. This time it was not. I used to be a teacher, and I would get sick often because kids are gross. They're really cute, but they're gross. So I got viruses and I got sick very often. And it kind of felt like a common cold, but I just felt like something was different. One, because of the congestion, and two, which goes into my next symptom, is how absolutely tired I was. I can't even tell you. I have been sick. I've been able to go into work and still teach and just go about my business. I would be miserable, but I would still be able to work. This, I wasn't able to move. I just laid right here on my bed and watch YouTube videos. I couldn't respond to comments. I couldn't cook. I just could not move. I was just so tired. And that was the indication to okay, you have to go get tested. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. If you watched my video when I told you guys that I initially had it, I told you it was the day before Thanksgiving, and I told you that I still had my taste and my smell, and I was thankful for that. The next day was Thanksgiving, and I wasn't going upstate to visit my family, so I decided that I was going to try to cook a little something here. Thanksgiving is my husband's favorite holiday, and I just didn't want him to miss that. So I did cook. So at the beginning of the day, I got up, I started the greens because greens take forever, and I seasoned and I tasted, and if you take greens, you have to season the mess out of them and just keep cooking them. I had a little bit to eat. I think it was like a piece of a cookie or something, and I tasted it just fine. As the day went on and I started to make the yams and the macaroni and cheese and the whatever else, I started to realize that I didn't have any taste. Like, I was seasoning the mess out of stuff. Guys, I was just seasoning salt, Lori seasoning salt, garlic, like seasoning the mess, especially out of the greens. And eventually the taste just went away. And I'm like, I swear that I seasoned these. And then what made me realize something was two things. I had the yams, the sweet potatoes, whatever you guys call them, in the oven. And we opened the oven, and my husband said, "Whoa, that smells good." And I said, I did not smell anything. And then I went over to my candles because I had my candles burning because I was trying to feel comfortable and set a mood. And I went over to sniff it. I didn't smell anything. I freaked out. I'm not gonna lie to you, I freaked out. I came into my room, I started smelling my perfume, and I tried to get the most potent perfume. So I picked up Baccarat Rouge, and because that's a whether you like it or not, it's a heavy scent that you would smell. I didn't smell anything. And then I went to Parfums de Lina Exclusive. I didn't smell anything. I tried Chanel. I tried all of the perfumes that are, for me, extremely fragrant, and I didn't smell anything. I freaked out. So I couldn't taste and I couldn't smell, and I was devastated. I did eat Thanksgiving food because I was hungry, but I didn't enjoy it, and it hurt my heart. The next day, I still really couldn't smell or taste anything, and it was devastating. It's a weird feeling because I lost 2 of my 5 senses, and the more research you do about COVID-19, you realize that some people don't get those senses back. So I freaked out, especially for a person who loves fragrance, who loves perfume and candles, and just the smell of food, and I freaked out. But within the next few days, it started to reappear. It was faint. Like, I could faintly smell my Diptyque candle. I had to really get in there and smell it, but it was faint. And I was just thank goodness. And I thought that maybe that's what all was going to come back, but it came back even more. And even today, even though it's been a few days since then, my sense of smell is still slowly coming back. It has taken a while. Like, I could finally smell the Parfums de Lina Exclusive. I just kept thinking, I spent all this money on perfume and I might never be able to smell them again. So to me, that was honestly one of the worst symptoms, because you never realize how much you rely on your senses until you do not have them anymore. One thing I did want to mention is that my husband didn't show any symptoms. He also got the test the same day I did, and he didn't get, I don't know if he didn't get it or what, but they didn't call him. So maybe he didn't have it. Somehow he did not contract it. And you guys, we live in a small New York City apartment. There is not much room there's not much room for him not to get it. It's not like we have a backyard or where he could go outside, or there's no room. So we are in close quarters all the time. He works from home, I'm home all day. We both slept and sleep in that bed, obviously. Even when I was sick, he still slept in that bed. So my point in saying that is that even if someone in your household takes a test and they don't have it, it's still important for you to take that test because everyone reacts differently. I am so blessed, despite the fact of losing my taste and my smell. I'm so blessed to have a body that fought off the virus, and my body reacted the way it did to it. I also will say that I am feeling better, but I'm feeling off. During that whole time, I didn't do anything to my skin. My nails have broken down to nubs and they look horrific. I need to wash my hair. I was eating so healthy before and exercising. Eating right and exercising before I got COVID, and I dropped a few pounds, but I am almost positive that I put those pounds back on because as soon as I got my taste back, I was just eating everything. I haven't exercised, but I've been just eating everything, and I put the bottoms to these pajamas on. They're a little tight. They're a little tight, not gonna lie, but I know how to eat right and work out, so it's not a big deal. Weight happens. So how am I gonna just proceed with living in this COVID-19 world? Because I can't get sick again. Even more cautious, which is interesting because I was very cautious. You would not catch me outside without a mask. You would not catch me not washing my hands. I'd literally say my ABCs in my head every single time I wash my hands and do my hand sanitizer. I change my mask almost every time I go outside. I am extremely cautious. If there's too many people in some place, I tell my husband we got to get out of here. So I am not sure how I got it, but that just goes to show you guys that we all really need to be careful because your body may react like mine, and you might just get sick and lose your scent, your taste and your smell, or you might get really sick. My cousin earlier in the whole COVID pandemic, he got sick and died. So, and there are thousands of people at this, hundreds, I don't know how many people, but there are very many people that have died so far. So you don't know how your body is going to react, and the reality is you don't have control over it. So just be very, very careful. Anyway, guys, I did not want to make this video, but I thought that it would be ridiculous not to follow up and just tell you that I appreciate everybody who made a comment. You guys, I was literally so tired that I couldn't even respond. I'm like, there's no exaggeration. It was bad. It was just really, really bad. Even just walking around the other day, 2 days ago, my husband and I went to go look for a Christmas tree, and I said, no, we gotta go. I'm tired. I couldn't even walk around to look for a tree. So we have a fake tree. I really appreciate every comment you made. I will respond to everyone. And that's it, guys. We will be back to regular scheduled programming, some Christmas stuff, holiday stuff. And anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Tell your friends, share this video. And yeah, I will see you in my next video.